guys, it's Cam and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, then welcome, and it would mean the world to me if you joined the Cam fam by hitting that little old subscribe button down below. So today's video is a little different because I'm going to be walking you guys through my journey from 0 to 1,000 subscribers and just all the tips and tricks that I learned along the way that I feel like really were critical in helping me get there. Now, of course, I'm still a beauty channel. I'm not changing my genre or anything like that. I'm still going to be coming at you guys with all the makeup tutorials and hair and skincare videos and all that good stuff. But because one of my main motivations and missions with starting my channel was to just share as much information as I could about everything that I've learned, I do feel like, since I am doing this whole YouTube journey and stuff and learning things along the way, that anytime I pick up some useful information or really feel like I've got something down, I definitely want to share that with you guys. And, whether you're starting your own channel or whether you're just curious about what goes on behind the scenes with YouTubers, you guys know that, as always, I'm going to be giving you the full, raw truth. I'm going to be brutally honest and not hold anything back. So I'm spilling all the secrets today as far as what I really feel like was critical in helping me get to 1,000 subscribers. And I feel like with YouTube, it means so much to grow your channel. Some people do YouTube just as kind of like a video diary or something, and some people really want to reach an audience and just get their content out there. And so if that's you, keep watching because I'm sure these tips will help you. So enough talking, let's jump into it. I guess the first thing that I want to touch on is how long it actually took me to get to 1,000 subscribers. So I started my channel back in October of 2018, which is I would say almost a year and a half ago by now because it's March. And I officially reached 1,000 subscribers on January 1st of 2020. So it took me a year and a couple months to get to 1,000 subscribers. So keep that date in mind, January 1st, because there's an important point that I want to make about that. I'm definitely a part of a lot of YouTube support groups, whether it be on Instagram or Facebook, and I've just been learning basically, from other people what they do for editing, what they do for production, how long it's also taken them to get to 1,000 subscribers and other milestones, and just what to expect when having a channel. And I think that the first thing to remember is that people that reach 1,000 subscribers in a week or a few months, that's a very atypical scenario. And so they'll make a video about that and what their experience was, but keep in mind again that it's a very atypical experience. And they're making the video for the wow factor, obviously, but that's not how many people's journeys go on YouTube. For a lot of people, it takes between a year and 3 years to actually get that momentum and hit that 1,000 subscriber mark. So if you're not there and it's been 6 months, don't feel like, you're behind the pack or everyone else is ahead of you and doing so much better, because it really does take, on average, at least a year to hit that 1,000 subscriber milestone. So don't give up and don't get discouraged if a year has passed and you're not there yet. Now, speaking in the concepts of time, a year, stuff like that, I think it's also really, really important just in the realm of, manifestation, and you can't really achieve something unless you have a goal to achieve it. Set a goal and let your audience in on your goal so that way they can participate and help you and feel like they're working together to achieve something. So for me, it was actually my goal to, by the end of 2019, hit the 1,000 subscriber mark. And I literally got there the morning of January 1st. So I basically put it out there, mentioned it in a couple of videos, and I really feel like people wanted to rally around that and support that, and it really meant a lot to me. And it just makes you also feel closer with the people watching your videos when you let them in on, what goals and dreams you have that you'd like to achieve. So definitely don't be scared to do that. And I feel like just having a concrete date in your mind definitely helps you achieve a goal. But if it doesn't happen exactly how you expect, again, don't get discouraged. For example, I was thinking it's gonna happen on the last day of 2019, but it ended up happening on the first day of 2020. But potato, it's still the same thing. I still consider it hitting my goal. So again, I think setting a goal and having it in mind, writing it down if you have to, speaking it, sharing it with your YouTube community definitely helps. So before I get into the meat of all the tips that I feel like really did help me, I want to kind of dispel a couple of myths about things that are going to help you grow your channel. And one of these, I still think it's a really good idea to do. One of these, not so much, but you'll see, and I'll let you form your own opinion on it. So the first thing that I want to address is, of course, sub for sub. And I'm sure you've all heard of it. And I've had a lot of smaller YouTubers reach out to me because I'm part of a lot of support groups and ask me to support their channels. And of course, I love to help out other smaller YouTubers, but I do feel like just in watching the things that have happened on other people's channels, I have seen that when you do sub for sub, a lot of people have grown by like 1 subscriber a day, maybe, if that's how many people they've only reached out to. And believe it or not, a big reason why I just don't feel like it works is because I've seen a lot of people that reached out to me in the past end up deleting their channels and abandoning them because they're not growing, because sub for sub was like the only thing that they were relying on. And again, I just feel like sub for sub is such a bad idea because you're making it about the numbers. And so, sure, you may hit 1,000 subscribers, but if your goal is to get your channel monetized, you're not gonna hit the 4,000 watch hours. So for example, with my channel, I actually ended up hitting the 4,000 watch hour requirement when I hit like 500 subscribers. And that just means that I had a lot of people actually watching my content. And even if they didn't subscribe, that's okay, because my messages are still getting out there, you know what I mean? And so even though I grew slower in terms of subscribers rather than watch hours, it really meant a lot to me because I could definitely see a progression and a culmination of how my channel was growing exponentially. And with sub for sub, even though some people do make it to that 1,000 subscriber mark, you're not going to get the watch hours because people aren't watching your videos and you have to go out and beg them to. And it's just not a good strategy. It's totally fine if you want to support smaller channels and, definitely discuss and bounce ideas off of each other. But I think that sub for sub is just a really bad mindset to have in terms of thinking that you're actually going to grow your channel that way. Because if you're not growing organically like you want to, then you're not going to be able to kind of adjust your strategy as to what you're doing with your videos, titles, thumbnails, whatever. And you just don't have that data in terms of subscribers as far as what's working, what's not, what's making people subscribe and what's not. You're kind of, in a sense, throwing your analytics a little bit, so you're not really able to interpret what is actually making your channel grow besides for your efforts of going and doing sub for sub, you know what I mean? So the second thing that I want to talk about, and this is a little controversial because I've definitely done this, but not as a growth strategy, and that's doing giveaways. And I love doing giveaways just because I love, I'm a giver, Christmas is my favorite holiday, and it's because I love giving people presents, not because I like getting presents or anything like that. But a lot of people mistakenly think that doing giveaways is some magic pill that's just going to make their channel explode and make a bunch of people subscribe because they want to win the giveaway. First of all, that's definitely not a good idea in terms of growth, because a lot of people, if they don't win a giveaway, may end up unsubscribing and stuff like that. And again, like I said, I love doing giveaways because I really love giving back to my little Cam fam, my YouTube community that I love so much. And so I'm actually going to jump into my analytics really quickly and show you guys what actually ended up happening when I did do 2 of my own giveaways. Okay, so this is the main page of my analytics screen. Let's go into analytics and let's go into audience. So we can click on subscribers and you go to see more. Let me go into lifetime so you can see everything from the beginning of time. And here you can see exactly which videos are getting you the most subscribers. So first, pay really close attention to views right here, watch time in hours, and subscribers, because those are really, really important pieces of information. So let's find my 2 giveaways. And here's the first one that's getting ranked, which is my 1,000 subscriber giveaway. And as you can see, I got 11 subscribers, which again, that's not much considering some of my videos are getting around 50 to 100, over 100 subscribers. So that's definitely not going to really put a dent in your subscribership. Let's go and find my other giveaway, which was my 500 subscriber giveaway, and that got me 6 subscribers. So as you can see, we have 0.5% plus 0.8%, So less than 1.5% of my subscribers are from my giveaways. So as you can see, if you're relying on giveaways to grow your subscribers, you're gonna need to do a lot of giveaways to get to 1,000 subscribers. And I personally feel like it really does help strengthen my relationship with my community, my beautiful Cam fam. And so that's why I do giveaways, but I'm not doing it by any means as like a growth strategy or anything like that. It's really just to celebrate with your community when you hit milestones, or if you want to share something with them that, let's say you're reviewing and you want someone else to get to experience, then definitely go for it. But it's really not like a viable growth strategy. Okay, so I'm always like a bad news first, good news after type of person. So now that the bad news is out of the way, let's get into the good news and how you can actually grow your channel. So if you take away anything with you from this video, I want it to be this first tip. That's why I'm gonna make it the first tip, because I feel like it's absolutely the most important. And again, with the whole good news, bad news thing, I'm gonna share some bad news with you guys first relating to this tip. And that is that a lot of channels that you see that have 50,000 plus subscribers, when most of them go into their channel analytics, what you'll see when they show you where they're getting all of their views from is from what's called browse features. So that's basically showing up on people's homepages. And definitely when a channel has proven themselves to YouTube in their eyes and has tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of subscribers, they definitely end up showing up on people's homepages a lot more than smaller channels. And I feel like that's one of the biggest disservices that YouTube does for smaller creators, is just not put them on the homepage. What I've seen personally is that I end up on homepages of people if they've already viewed one of my videos. Then, obviously YouTube's gonna suggest a different video from the same person on someone's homepage. But if someone's never seen your channel before, then you have a very, very slim chance of making it on people's homepages. So again, I'm gonna jump into analytics and kind of show you guys what I'm talking about. So again, I'm on my channel dashboard and I'm gonna jump into analytics. So let's go into reach. And as you can see, the first thing you see is impressions, which basically just tells you how many times YouTube has actually shown one of your videos to someone somewhere. So basically how many people have seen it on their screen. Then you have your click-through rate, which is actually how many percentage of people, when they see your thumbnail on the screen, will click on it. But let's go down and take a look at traffic source types, which is very important because that is where all of your views are coming from. So if you take a look at my analytics, this is really bad. For browse features, which again, that is like being featured on people's homepages, I have 7.9%. Now again, for most big channels, that is going to be their top source of traffic. And it's very, very hard to compete with that because I feel like that's the most amount of exposure you could get, you know what I mean? And so as you can see, I even have external, which is at 12.5%, which is almost double my browse features. So I have more viewers coming from outside of YouTube than I do from the YouTube homepage, and that's pretty sad actually. So let's take a look at what is generating all of the traffic to my channel, and that's predominantly YouTube search, which is at 49% right here, as you can see. And so that brings me back to my biggest point, and the most important thing that I want you to take away from this video out of anything is that if you're trying to reach people as a small channel, you're not just doing this as kind of like a diary. You definitely want to get those views and want to get people watching your content, want to get your message out there, then you absolutely have to rely on search to be able to get your channel out there. So you have to make searchable content, which is content that people are actively going on YouTube and typing and they want to find videos about. So you have to be able to recognize what is searchable content. And more importantly, you have to be able to rank for those search terms. So for example, let's say I want to make a video on how to apply false lashes. There might already be like 200 videos out there already on the topic. And so again, YouTube is a little unfair in that regard, where the top search results are going to be videos with the most views, the most likes. And so again, that makes it really hard for smaller channels to be able to get their name out there. And so you have to look for searchable content that isn't already oversaturated. And that's where you really have to do your research and, really plan what your content's going to be about and see what people are searching versus the volume of videos already out there about it. And a point that I want to make is also don't feel like you necessarily need to make every single video perfectly searchable and searchable content. I definitely don't do that. I try to make certain videos that I know are going to get a lot of views, but then sometimes there's just videos that I want to make because they're just videos that I want to make. I don't care if they're going to rank or be searched or whatever right off the bat. They just have whatever content or messages I want to be put out there, and all this analytics stuff kind of goes out the window for some of my videos. But I do make certain videos that I know are going to get a lot of views and are going to rank in search and help me grow. So again, I want to take you guys into my analytics. We're going to go back to where I showed you the subscribers that I've been getting from every single video. And so as you can see, if a video gets over 1,000 views, I consider to be a good searchable video. And that's really where I've had any substantial increase in subscribers coming from those videos. Now, I haven't necessarily known that all of these videos are going to be prime searchable content and stuff like that. So my Olaplex standalone treatment tips, that is by far my most successful video. I have the most subscribers from that. And it's one of the first videos that I made on my channel. It's still my old cell phone only ring light quality video, but I had no idea it would blow up. But it turns out that that was in a niche where there weren't a lot of videos about the topic, and I think I had a pretty good thumbnail, so I feel like that definitely generated a lot of traffic to my channel. So again, try to find videos that you know are going to be searchable, that you know are not going to have a lot of competition, and then most importantly, you want to get your videos to rank because that way they'll show up as one of the first search results that people see. So let's talk about how to get your videos to rank. And I think that you basically need to explain to YouTube and make it very clear what your video is about so that YouTube knows exactly where to place it in search results. So for example, let's say you make a video on how to apply false lashes. You want to make that your title because that's what somebody's going to search. You want to reiterate that in the description as one of the first lines. That way, again, YouTube makes the association. And then you want to put all of the tags that would be relevant, that would be searched, that are somehow associated with it. So you can put in your tags, how to apply false lashes. Then, how to apply false lashes for beginners. And basically you just want to put different variations on that are actually full, complete thoughts that people would type into the search bar in YouTube. So again, let me demonstrate this by jumping into my analytics and showing you guys everything that I'm talking about. So let's hop into videos. And a video that I did very, very recently that I know ranked was my Iconic London Day to Slay eyeshadow palette. So as you can see, this is my title, Iconic London Day to Slay eyeshadow palette tutorial. And then I want to put in eyeshadow tutorial, Iconic London Day to Slay palette as the first part of the description. So that way I'm reiterating to YouTube what this video is about. And then if you go down into my tags, this is actually showing me where my tags rank. So I do have the vidIQ extension, as you can see up here, and this is kind of showing me just how many views I'm getting. And I'm not really using the paid version. I have to be honest too, I'm really kind of annoyed with the whole subscription model of a lot of things. You can't even get Microsoft Word without a year-to-year subscription. You can't just pay for it once anymore and have it. And I'm just so over the whole subscription model thing. Whatever happened to just buying something and having it, you know what I mean? So again, I don't know if it's something I want to pay for monthly. I am pretty sure that if you pay for it, it will actually create tags for you. But right now I've been creating my own tags. So as you can see, Iconic London Day to Slay eyeshadow palette tutorial is basically the exact same thing as my title. And I'm ranked #1 for that according to TubeBuddy. Now these rankings can vary a little bit depending on whether you're signed into your channel or signed out. So the best way to see what you're accurately ranking for is to sign out of your channel and then try to like search your videos and see it on the side. And again, you're gonna need some sort of like browser extension to be able to do that. So I have vidIQ, you can use TubeBuddy, that's another really good one. And again, they have free versions and paid versions, and you know, they're just resources that as a YouTuber, you should get to know and see if it's something that you wanna try. I definitely recommend at least getting it for free. But as you can see, basically almost every single one of my tags has been ranked. And that's why this video made it over that like 1,000 view threshold. Now, I do want to point out that a lot of times in your analytics, YouTube may end up showing you a message when you do go into your analytics. And for a lot of bigger channels, I've seen that be, you know, views are up because one of your videos has been featured in browse features. And then you can kind of click on that message and YouTube will elaborate what they mean. So they'll show you what particular video they've been featuring on like people's homepages. So with that iconic London eyeshadow palette video, for example, YouTube actually showed me a message in my analytics a few days after I posted the video that views are up for my channel because more people are picking my video over others in search results. And when I clicked on it, it showed me that that video was basically getting picked in search over other people's videos. And so again, that's why like the most important thing that you can do is create searchable content for your channel to really be able to grow. So that brings me to my second tip, which is how can you help ensure that people are clicking on your video in their search results? And that's creating a really, really good thumbnail. So with the thumbnail, I have a few recommendations on how to really make yours pop and stand out from other people's. So the first thing that I recommend you do is if you've created some searchable content, again, I'm gonna refer to like how to apply false lashes, actually go into YouTube, type that in, and see what other people's like thumbnails look like, and try to make yours stand out from theirs. So let's say everyone's got like a white background in their thumbnail, try to make yours a colorful background so that way it stands out from other people's thumbnails. If other people, for example, are like not showing lashes or not zoomed in on them, try to make yours like super zoomed in, for example. Try to stand out by using big, bold text. Another thing that I definitely recommend is to make sure that in every single thumbnail, like people can see that it's you and your channel. So make your thumbnails recognizable. Definitely try to obviously put yourself in them. So that way when people come across your thumbnails, even in like suggested videos on the side, they can pick out which videos are yours before even taking a look at the channel name. Because if they know and trust your channel, then they're going to want to gravitate towards that before they even like kind of see that it's your channel, you know what I mean? All right, so let's say you're doing that, you're creating searchable content and you're seeing your subscribers go up, but let's say you're not happy with how many watch hours you're getting, for example. So my next tip is learn and use all of like the self-promotional tools that YouTube gives you. So that's things like cards and screens and playlists. And what YouTube is trying to provide you with here is an opportunity to keep people watching your channel, and that way you can show them related videos to a topic that they're already on, create entire playlists on topic, showcase other videos in your end screens. I know it's kind of corny and cheesy, but you guys always see what I do with my end screen where I show like 2 other videos by me that you can watch at the end of my videos. But there's a reason why I do that, and basically it's to show somebody watching your channel what else your channel is about. So that way they can see like what your newest video is and just other videos that are related to topics that YouTube already knows that they're interested in. So cards and screens and playlists, use all of these tools, keep people like binge watching your content, you know. Imagine that your YouTube channel is like a TV show, and in a sense it is. Like people even have like really strict uploading schedules, which I can't stick to yet. I'm sorry, you guys. One day I will be there, but that's basically like the mindset that you can have with creating like these cards and playlists, is show people other content that you think someone watching a video might be interested in. So for example, let's say my Olaplex standalone treatment tips video, I'm going to link in the cards all my other Olaplex videos on number 6, on number 7, whatever the case is. I'm just gonna link all the related videos so that way when someone's already on your channel watching your content, they can see what else you have to offer on particular topics. So definitely don't sleep on all of these tools, utilize all of them, and that's how you're really gonna help yourself get all those watch hours. So moving on to my next tip. As you saw in my analytics, YouTube search and also suggested videos, which is very related to YouTube search because it's all about YouTube knowing what your video is about. Those are my two main traffic sources. But as you can see, above browse features even, I had external sources as my third biggest traffic source. And so what is external sources? What does that mean? That means sharing your video on platforms outside of YouTube. So some of that may be coming directly from Google search, which is actually really, really cool because if I type Olaplex into Google search, I can actually see my video pop up. And that's just like mind blowing to me that like I'm in Google search of all things. But besides for Google search, just use all the social media platforms that you can to promote your channel, like where it's applicable. So that could be Facebook, that could be Instagram, Twitter, Pinterest. I don't even know what else there is because that's really all I use. But if there's another social media platform that I haven't mentioned that you go on all the time, then definitely don't be afraid to share your videos on those. So make like a Facebook page for your YouTube or an Instagram page for it. And that way you can promote your videos yourself and kind of pick up the slack where YouTube's not doing that for you. So on Instagram, for example, you have the opportunity to expose your channel to more people just through hashtags. And that's basically another way to be found through search. So definitely don't take it for granted. I know that like, it can be a bit of a hassle to go through other social media sites and create a bunch of content for them too and share your video every time you make a new post, but it really, really does help. As you can see, it's my third source of traffic. I get more views from that than from YouTube putting me on homepages. So definitely take advantage of that as another way to drive traffic to your YouTube channel. So that's pretty much it. I really wanted to keep this as targeted as possible, not like send you all over the place doing all these crazy things, and just showing you guys like what actually has contributed the most to helping me get views, get my channel to grow, get those watch hours. And I wanted to back everything up to you guys with my analytics, show you exactly what's been affecting my channel the most. And this is going to change from channel to channel. So if you stumble upon a larger channel's video on how to grow your YouTube, they may talk about browse features and how they're being put on the YouTube homepage for a whole bunch of people. But sadly, that's not the case for smaller channels. So as like a pretty small channel, I really wanted to show you guys what I feel like has been the most impactful and what you should really focus your efforts on, because you don't want to do a bunch of things poorly and divide your attention too much. You want to really focus on a few key critical things, and that's what's really going to help your channel grow the most. But most importantly, I can't stress this enough, is all these tips aside, make content that you love, make content that you're passionate about, because that's what's really going to captivate people's attention to your channel and make people want to stay and watch more. So if that means creating videos that aren't searchable content, go ahead and do that. I definitely still do that. I have videos where it's like, I don't care if they're gonna rank. I don't care if they'll be found in search. I know that some people are gonna stumble across it and I just really wanna put it out there. So I definitely still make videos like that. And you're gonna watch a lot of videos where people talk about, make sure all your videos like don't have copyright claims and can be monetized and stuff. And if that's your goal, is to make money on YouTube, then that's something you wanna pay attention to. For me, like, I can show you guys, I'm gonna jump into my analytics again, and I'm just gonna show you guys the fact that like I have videos that are not monetized and that have copyright strikes on them. So if you see, I have a video with a copyright claim here. It's not eligible to be monetized, and I don't even care about that because it's a video that I want to have out there. What actually does upset me a little bit is that it's partially blocked in some countries because of the copyrighted material, and that makes me a little bit sad because again, it's just a video that I want to have out there, that I want to be watched. You know, again, I have a copyright claim. It's not the end of the world if you have a couple of videos that have copyright claims because you're singing along to songs on the radio. If that's what you want to have on your channel, then just put that on your channel. Again, make content that just makes you happy, because that happiness is just going to be infectious and keep your audience captivated. So that's it, my loves. I really hope that this video was helpful to you, and especially if you're another smaller YouTuber, if there's any other topics that you'd like me to do videos on, like kind of regarding the whole YouTube realm, definitely let me know in the comments. And if you guys found this video helpful, then definitely smash that like button for me. If you guys didn't know, that does help with YouTube analytics and ranking and all that stuff, which is why I ask. And speaking of asking, again, if you want to grow your channel, don't be afraid to ask people in your videos to subscribe and for likes. It doesn't cost them anything, and it definitely helps support smaller channels, helps them to grow. And I do know that, like, in the beginning, in some of my earlier videos, I was too scared to ask people to subscribe to my channel. And then I was like, well, if I want to have more subscribers, how can I expect that if I don't put that out there? And again, it's about putting your goal out there. So don't be afraid to ask, to share with your community, and to be open with them. Okay. I'm losing my voice, so I'm done. I hope this video wasn't too long. And as always, I'm gonna leave you guys with 2 more videos by me that you can check out. And if you haven't already, click on my face to subscribe to my channel. Oh my gosh, I'm croaking now. Thank you guys so much for watching. I love you so much, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Mwah!